Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a Doom the Dark Ages guide for which weapons and upgrades you should focus on first. There's only so much gold and rubies in the game for upgrades on a single playthrough, and you don't want to waste resources upgrading a gun only to find a better one in the next chapter. So I'm going to tell you which 6 guns to focus on, which 6 to ignore completely, and which shield runes and melee weapons are the top tier options. Now let's get into the list. Starting off this list, let's talk about the melee options. There's 3 in the game: the starting power gauntlet, the flail you'll get pretty early on, and the dread mace towards the end of the game. Both of the non-starting options are better than the power gauntlet, so no matter which way you go, do not level up the gauntlet first. The dread mace has a unique effect that will fully stock your current equipped weapon with just 1 hit. However, it only holds 1 weapon swing at a time, and it's incredibly slow. While it does have a powerful effect, it's a bit too situational for my taste. Not to mention the 1 slow recharge kills you sometimes. I've also been just a few inches too far away, whiffed, and didn't have a second strike to save me. So my number 1 melee choice is the flail. 3 hits, just like the gauntlet, and when fully upgraded can ignite demons on fire and generate additional armor shards on contact. Next up we have the shield runes. This is the bonus you get when parrying the green projectiles. There's 4 in the game, and honestly they're all kind of good. The first one you get is the ground fissure, which staggers enemies in a straight line in the direction you're facing. Holy Swarm summons a cluster of ethereal daggers that seek out enemies and slice them up. The auto turret pops out of your shoulder mount and free fires in front of you for a few seconds. And the last one, the Heaven Splitter, has insane crowd control and stunlocks enemies with lightning attacks. But which one is best? Honestly, the last one you get is the best one, the Heaven Splitter. Especially on higher difficulties, locking down an entire area, giving yourself some breathing room, it's unmatched. However, my personal favorite is the Holy Swarm, which I use for most of my playthrough. Those daggers could easily kill a non-elite enemy, as long as you're pointed in the right direction. It might not be the best, but it was my favorite. Now on to the weapons. And with each weapon category, there's 2 weapons that share an ammo type. 2 launchers, 2 energy weapons, etc. So you really want to pick the better of the 2 and stick with that one for your playthrough. Since there's only so much shotgun ammo, switching from one shotgun to the other just doesn't make sense. Speaking of shotguns, for the shotgun category we have the combat shotgun and the super shotgun. And it's no contest, the super shotgun is infinitely better. This might just be the actual best weapon in the entire game if I'm being honest. The game kind of forces you into melee range as it is, between charging your shield to get in close, using your melee weapon to restock ammo, going for finishing kills. The super shotgun is your friend in all of those situations. And on the first 3 difficulties, you can 1 or 2 shot most demons, armored or not. And with the weapon upgrades, you can get faster reloads, increased damage to armor, and more projectiles. I think about halfway through the game this was all I was using until I ran out of ammo, or needed something for a bit longer range. In the energy weapon slot we have the accelerator and the cycler. Now the accelerator isn't a bad weapon. I actually upgraded this one twice before I figured out the cycler is actually just better. The accelerator is built for more close range, kind of like an SMG, has an awkward recoil pattern that can be corrected with an upgrade. But why would you want to spend your gold on that? The cycler is just the more consistent energy option. It has better range, heats up armor faster, and doesn't have that weird recoil issue. Its weapon upgrades allows you to shock demons and spread the shock around when they're killed. Further upgrades allow you to increase the cycler's damage to shock demons, and generate more and bigger lightning arcs. It's crowd control and high DPS in one package. Now onto the 2 skull ammo types. These weapons grind demon skulls and spit out the shards, which is the most metal thing I've had to say today. Now there's 2 options here, the pulverizer and the ravager. The pulverizer at first glance seems like a great weapon for clearing large groups or weaker enemies. But as the campaign kind of goes on, this thing falls off kind of hard. Now the ravager is a lot better. A tighter pellet spread, but does have to wind up to get to its maximum fire rate. Thankfully there is an upgrade to fix that issue. When fully upgraded, this weapon drops both health and ammo, and there actually is a choice for the middle upgrade. You can either reduce the time it takes to get to the maximum fire rate and reduce the movement penalty, or increase the maximum fire rate and make the movement penalty more significant. In my opinion, the ignition ability, the first one, is superior. Just go for speed all the time. And up next we have the launchers. There's the grenade launcher and the rocket launcher. So right off the bat, the rocket launcher can cause self-damage, so be aware when firing at close range. Or an enemy is going to yell, "Get down, Mr. President," and die right in front of you, which happened to me on my playthrough. The grenade launcher has a unique effect that allows you to fire cluster rounds to inflict explosive damage over a wide area. That being said, the rocket launcher is just better, sorry. Even with the risk of blowing yourself to hell, it's just better. better range, more damage, and if you can parry a green projectile, it temporarily negates the self-damage, which is nice. I recommend the Bloody Sacrifice perk that increases splash damage as well as self-damage. But if you're paying attention, it's not really an issue most of the time. Okay, let's talk about the spike weapons. We have the Impaler and the Shredder. The Impaler is the classic shoot out a spike weapon, slow, sticks to enemies to walls. We've seen it 1,000 times. And the Shredder is an assault rifle version of that. But which one is better? I'm gonna be honest, they both suck. Don't use either of these weapons. Seriously though. Between the other 5 weapon types, why would you ever want to use this? The Impaler is so slow, and it has bullet drop, like come on. The Shredder feels alright when you first get it, but it quickly drops off when you start getting better weapons. If I had to pick one, I guess the Impaler is more unique than the other one, but unique doesn't necessarily mean good. Now for the last 2 weapons we haven't talked about, they actually don't share an ammo type, but the BFC has its own hotkey, so it doesn't show up on the weapon wheel like the chainshot does, so I'm just going to talk about these 2 at the same time. So where does the chainshot fit on your rotation? It's solid at stripping armor from enemies and dealing with elite mini-bosses. Its upgrade helps to increase the charge time of your next shot, deals more damage when fully upgraded, and explodes demons when getting hit. It might seem innocuous at first when you first get it, but upgrade it and try it on bosses and armored enemies, and it's wildly effective when you get going. It's a solid A-tier weapon. And lastly we have the BFC crossbow. What's to say about this weapon? You can hold 3 charges at a time, and it fires nukes that sends demons straight past Talon into the black abyss of the void. This weapon is powerful enough to have its own button, so you can just pull this out instantly. There aren't any upgrades for this weapon because, I mean, why would they? If 100 demons just spawn out, just pull this thing and keep on running. And yeah, that's about it. Here's a summary of weapons to pick and upgrade. Oh, and here's a bonus top tier pick for making it to the end of the video. The Nvidia skin is the best Doomslayer skin, and I refuse to elaborate. If this video helped you out, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace. I will take this.